Hi, guys. Welcome back to the English-based podcast. We're so excited to have you here today.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jasmine. If you're new here, this podcast is all about learning English through natural conversations, not boring lessons or homework.
Exactly. We just talk, share stories, and help you get comfortable with how English is actually spoken in real life.
Before we get started, if you enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes.
And if you know someone who's learning English, share this episode with them. It really helps us grow and helps more people learn English in a fun way.
Today's episode is a fun one because we're talking all about Christmas.
We'll be sharing stories, giving our opinions, and helping you learn how to talk about Christmas naturally in English.
So whether you celebrate Christmas or not, this episode will help you learn useful words, phrases, and expressions you can use in everyday conversations.
Get comfortable, maybe grab a drink, and just enjoy the conversation. Alright, let's get into it. So, Christmas is almost here, and I just love this time of year. There's something about the lights, the music, the smell of cookies in the air.
I know, and you know me, I always go a little overboard with decorations. Last year, I somehow ended up with twinkle lights in every room, even the bathroom.
No way, the bathroom?
Yes, I was walking in there at night, and it was like a Christmas disco. Honestly, I don't even know why I did it.
That's hilarious. I think that's one of the fun parts of Christmas. Everyone has their own traditions, some of them a little silly.
Exactly, and speaking of traditions, do you have a favorite Christmas memory from when you were a kid?
Oh, definitely. I remember one Christmas Eve, my whole family decided to make gingerbread houses. Somehow, my house collapsed 5 minutes after I finished it. I was devastated.
Oh no, I had something similar. My little brother tried to help me wrap presents one year, and he used sticky tape on the ribbons. It was a disaster, but we couldn't stop laughing.
See, that's the perfect example of what makes Christmas fun. Not the perfect decorations, not the perfect gifts, but the stories and laughter we share.
Totally, and you know, when we talk about Christmas in English, we don't just talk about gifts or trees. We share experiences and opinions. Like what's the best Christmas movie? Or the weirdest Christmas food you've ever tried?
Movies? Okay, I'm going to admit something. I love Home Alone. I've seen it at least 20 times. And every time I watch it, I laugh so hard.
Classic, but I think my favorite is Elf, Will Ferrell dancing around. Spreading holiday cheer, it's impossible not to smile.
It's interesting. Talking about Christmas movies is also a way to practice English, because you can describe plots, characters, and your opinions. Like, I love Buddy because he is funny and kind. Simple sentences, but full of meaning.
Yes, opinions are so important. Everyone celebrates differently. Some people like quiet family dinners. Others love huge parties with friends. You can say I prefer, I enjoy, or my favorite thing about Christmas is.
Exactly. And this is where storytelling comes in. When you tell a story, you naturally practice your English. You can talk about what happened, how it made you feel, what you liked, and what you didn't.
One Christmas, I accidentally gave my dad a present meant for my mom. He opened it, and he was so confused, but he smiled and said, I guess I like it too.
That's amazing. And it's exactly the kind of story people remember. It's also a great way to practice past tense. I accidentally gave, he opened, he smiled.
Yes, and don't forget about describing feelings. Words like excited, surprised, confused, happy. These make your stories come alive.
Speaking of feelings, I have another story. Last Christmas, I volunteered at a local shelter. We cooked a big meal and sang carols with the kids. It was the most heartwarming experience I've ever had. I was exhausted, but so happy.
That's beautiful. And see, when you share stories like that, You're also teaching people about culture, what people do at Christmas, what matters to them. It's learning English and life at the same time. Here's another one. Last year, I tried to bake a Yule log cake. I thought it would look amazing, like the pictures online, but it ended up looking like a burned log.
Oh no, but that's perfect. You can describe it like I tried to bake, but it didn't end up great.
Exactly, and these little disasters make the best stories. You can even add opinions like, I think it tasted okay, but it looked terrible.
That's the beauty of storytelling in English. You can mix facts, actions, and opinions all in one sentence. Learners can practice naturally, without memorizing grammar rules.
Christmas is perfect for this, because it's full of experiences everyone can relate to. Gifts, decorations, food, movies, there's so much to talk about.
Alright, now let's do some learning. The aim is to help you sound natural when talking about Christmas in English. You can expect to pick up useful words, phrases, and tips that you can actually use when chatting with friends or family.
Yes, and don't worry, we're going to keep it easy and fun. Think of it as learning by conversation, not homework.
Let's start with Christmas decorations. Some basic words you'll hear a lot are a Christmas tree, stockings, lights, and ornaments.
And how you talk about them matters too. You can say, I decorated the tree, I hung the lights, or even we put the ornaments on the tree together.
See, adding a little word like together makes it feel more like a story, not just a list of words.
And for learners, small differences like this make your English sound natural.
Next, let's talk about time. One thing people mix up is at Christmas, on Christmas Eve, and on Christmas Day.
So here's the easy way to remember it. At Christmas is for general things we do every year. For example, we sing carols at Christmas, or I enjoy baking cookies at Christmas.
Right. And on Christmas Eve is the day before Christmas. We go caroling on Christmas Eve, or I visit my grandparents on Christmas Eve.
Then, on Christmas Day is the actual day. I open presents on Christmas Day, or we eat Christmas dinner on Christmas Day.
Little tips like this help. You sound like a native speaker, even if your sentences are simple.
Speaking of simple sentences, let's talk about gifts. You give a gift to someone and receive a gift from someone.
For example, I gave my mom a scarf, or I received a book from my friend.
And don't forget how you feel about it. Words like happy, excited, surprised, or grateful make your sentences more lively. I was so happy to receive a gift from my friend, or I felt excited to give a gift to my brother.
Yes, describing feelings is super important. It's what makes your English sound natural and expressive.
Now let's talk about food. Because Christmas food is amazing and a great way to practice English. We usually say Christmas dinner, cookies, cake, turkey, and hot chocolate.
And don't just name the food, describe it. You can say, the turkey was delicious. I love drinking hot chocolate by the fire. Or the cookies were sweet and soft.
Adding little details makes your sentences sound like real English, not just a list of words you memorized.
Another thing that helps your stories flow is using small linking words. Words like accidentally, finally, or together.
For example, I accidentally gave my dad the wrong gift. Finally, we finished decorating the house. Or we sang carols together with our neighbors.
These small words connect your ideas and make your English sound more natural, like you're telling a story, not reading a textbook.
Yeah, that's so true.
So now that we've gone through decorations, days, gifts, food, and those little linking words, let's see how all of this fits into your own Christmas stories. You don't have to write anything down, just say it out loud if you can.
Yes, this is where it gets fun. Let's start with a simple one. Try completing this sentence out loud. I decorated the tree with, and I hung.
For example, you could say, I decorated the tree with lights, and I hung the ornaments with my. Family, simple words, but it tells a full little story.
Now, let's add feelings. You can say, I was so excited to hang the lights, or I felt happy decorating with my family. Just a small addition makes your sentence sound more alive.
Next, try talking about days. You can say, on Christmas Eve, or on Christmas Day, I. Think about what you usually do on those days.
For example, on Christmas Eve, I went caroling with my friends, or on Christmas Day, I opened my presents with my family. See how easy that is.
And don't forget gifts. Try saying something like, I gave, or received.
Like, I gave my brother a book, or I received a scarf from my mom. You can also add a feeling. I felt grateful to receive it.
Now, let's mix it all together in a little story. Say it out loud if you can. On Christmas Eve, I decorated the tree with my family. I accidentally dropped one ornament, but finally, we finished. On Christmas Day, I gave my mom a scarf and received a book from my brother. I felt so happy all day.
Perfect, that's exactly how your English can sound natural. You're using decorations, days, gifts, linking words, and feelings all in one short story.
You can also add food. For example, we ate cookies and drank hot chocolate by the fire. The cookies were sweet and soft, and the hot chocolate was warm and delicious. Just like that, you've painted a full picture.
And don't worry if your sentences aren't perfect. The key is to keep talking, practicing, and having fun with it. Even small stories help your English improve.
Alright, let's do a little mini quiz to check how well these phrases are sticking. I'll give you a sentence, and you try to choose the correct word. Ready?
Ready.
Which one is correct? I hung mine on the tree. A. Stockings. B. Presents. C. Table. Try to answer on your own.
Correct answer is a stockings.
Here's another. We sing carols. Christmas. A. On. B. At. C. In.
The answer is B, at Christmas.
And one more. I felt to receive a gift from my friend. A. Grateful. B. Tree. C. Decorations.
Answer is A, grateful.
See, that wasn't hard at all. And the more you practice like this, the easier it becomes to speak naturally about Christmas in English.
Exactly. You can take these phrases and stories, mix them with your own memories, and practice talking about Christmas every day.
Before we finish, Jasmine, I think we should go over a few words we use today that might be tricky for learners.
Good idea. Sometimes the words sound easy, but their meaning or how to use them isn't always obvious.
Let's start with accidentally. We used it when we said, I accidentally dropped an ornament.
Yeah, so accidentally means you did something without meaning to do it. Like a mistake. You didn't plan it, it just happened.
Exactly. Another word is finally. We said, finally, we finished decorating.
Finally is used when something takes a long time, or after waiting or trying a lot, you finish it at last. It's like saying at last.
Then there's grateful. We said, I felt grateful to receive a gift.
Grateful is feeling thankful for something someone did for you. You can also say thankful.
We also used heartwarming when we talked about volunteering at a shelter.
Heartwarming is when something makes you feel happy inside, like it touches your heart. For example, seeing people smile at Christmas is heartwarming.
Another one is linking words. We mentioned words like together, accidentally, finally.
Yes, linking words are words that connect ideas in a sentence. They help your story flow naturally instead of sounding like a list.
And lastly, expressive.
I said your English can sound expressive. Expressive means showing feelings clearly when you speak or write, like saying, I felt so happy instead of just I felt good.
See, just breaking down these words makes them easier to remember and use. You don't need to memorize a list, you just learn them as part of your stories.
Exactly, and the best part is, when you use these words in your own stories, your English sounds natural and fun, not like a textbook.
So if you remember accidentally, finally, grateful, heartwarming, linking words, and expressive, you're already ahead.
Yes, try using them in your next Christmas story, and you'll see how much smoother your English sounds.
Alright, listeners, that's a wrap for today's Christmas English episode.
Yes, we shared stories, practiced opinions, learned useful phrases, and even broke down some tricky words along the way.
Remember, the goal was to help you talk about Christmas naturally. Share your own experiences, describe feelings, and use expressions that make your English sound real, not like a textbook.
Exactly, and the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Try telling your own Christmas stories out loud, even just to yourself. Use words like accidentally, finally, grateful, heartwarming, and make your sentences flow with linking words.
You can also mix in opinions. Say things like, I really enjoy. My favorite part of Christmas is, or think. It makes your stories more personal and interesting.
And don't worry about mistakes. Even simple sentences work. The key is to speak, to tell stories, and to have fun with English.
Yes, the more fun you have, the more natural your English will become. Remember, Christmas is all about stories, feelings, and sharing experiences, so use that in your English too.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we can't wait to hear your Christmas stories in English.
If you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next one. And if you know someone who's learning English, share it with them, they'll thank you later.
Exactly. Keep practicing, keep having fun, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Happy learning and Merry Christmas, everyone.